Welcome to the ranch in Texas. Hey, so good to see you. I want to say Merry Christmas before I forget that, or whatever holiday you celebrate. But also I want to tell you, definitely go to my website because I have a free gratitude meditation and there's no strings attached and you'll really enjoy it. It's 15 minutes of just bliss. So if you're feeling a little low or you need a little pep, hey, do that every day and you'll see your life change because it really will raise your vibration. And make sure you follow me on social media so you can see what I'm up to. Because like today and the other day, I posted some great news. It's like a present from Santa. Okay, so I've told y'all about this book that I was in with. There's a total of 48 authors. We're all spiritual healers, mediums, psychics, and whatnot. And in this book, it talks about the afterlife. Well, guess what? You get to download the ebook for free today and tomorrow through the 24th. So go to Amazon and download The Last Breath book. All you have to do is put it in the search for Amazon. Just put in The Last Breath book and it'll pull up and go for the Kindle or the ebook. And then it'll say the cost to download, $0. So do it because it's going to expire after tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So I want to tell you about this book because there were 48 authors and I was one of them. I'm in chapter 12. As I've told you before, my chapter is, oh my, there's a horse in the room. Yeah, what do you do with a room full of people and the first spirit that comes through is a horse? Oh my gosh. That was a little nerve-wracking. I'm like, do I start off with a horse? Well, I do love animals. I do have a horse. So yeah, I went for it. So I talk about that in my chapter. But I also talk about how to start learning how to communicate with animals or people. And it takes practice, but it's opening up your whole spirituality. And so I thought before the show tonight that I'd pull a few cards. And boy, did this segue really into what my whole chapter is about. And so I want to read these cards to you. They're from Divine Wisdom, Lisa Williams, who I love and adore. She's amazing. Just straight shooter. I love that about her and just so bubbly. I like that too. But this first card I pulled, if you're interested in communicating with spirit or just getting a better grasp on your own spirituality, like trying to raise your vibration so maybe your life works out a little better or you have more opportunities. So here's the first one. It's time to step into the journey of the unknown. Believe that you will find the pathway of truth. And I actually talked about that in a social media post I did today about angels, how you have to have trust and you have to have faith and you just have to believe that angels really exist because they do. I've seen them since I was a little kid. I know they exist. And so that's another thing. If you want help in your life or you're questioning things, just ask your angels. They'll help you. They really will. They're like pretty unemployed. People don't ask for them for their help. Okay, so here we are. Step into the unknown. Take that journey and believe. That's scary when you put your faith in something that you have no idea. Is this real or not real? You just have to trust. You'll get rewarded. Okay, so here's the next one I pulled. You are the inspiration. You are the love. And you know, that's what the whole spirit world is about, is love. That's what you have to focus on because in the afterlife, the unseen world, the spirit world, love is the fuel that fuels all the spirit people are animals. And that's probably the biggest struggle we have here on Earth, because we might get into a little lower energy of holding grudges or revenge or just not doing trustworthy type things. So if you focus on love, I mean, that's the dogma that all the religions teach too, is love, unconditional love. Okay, so the third card I pulled was, when you step out of your comfort zone, you are growing. Surrender and allow it to happen. Oh, that's a rough one too. At least I'm speaking from my own experience. That was a rough one too. And what happens is when you do that, sometimes stuff bubbles up that you weren't expecting. Like, I remember I went on this big spiritual trip with another medium, and we went over to England to Arthur Findlay College, and we had this wonderful, fabulous time studying with the most awesome people there. And came home, and then all this crap started happening in my life. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be spiritually evolving here. What is all this, well, for lack of a better word, crap? You know, my job, oh my God, I got the boss from hell. All of a sudden, it's like when I raised my vibration, my boss went berserk and started harassing me and doing this and that and just making my life miserable. And it was kind of like, what happens is spirit starts pushing you forward. You can't go backwards anymore. There's no reverse. Once you start evolving, there's no reverse. So I eventually did leave that job, and it was the best thing I ever did. And I'm not telling you to leave your job if you have one, but it's just what happens is when you start evolving, sometimes the stuff bubbles up, and whatever really wasn't working in your life that you were tolerating just doesn't work anymore. So that's something to reflect on as you move forward. And I know, like, probably y'all know about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction the other night. And I was lucky enough to see it. It was there for a second. I ran in the house. I live next to my parents. And I ran in the house to tell them, oh my God, come outside and watch it. They ran out. Oh, great. The clouds covered it. I mean, it was that fast. And so anyway, that's a time of change. Things are changing now. Get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. And in a minute, we'll take a call. But I know it's that Christmas is coming. Sometimes it's a hard time for people. But just get the gratitude meditation. That'll help. And just reflect on what you could set your intention on for 2021. Take this time before the new year to really reflect. What would you like to see in your life? Maybe you'd like to make a vision board and put wonderful images of what you want or words on the vision board to get you going. Because I'm telling you, you do a vision board, those things come true. I've done it, so I wouldn't tell you something I haven't tried. No, whatever I'm telling you, I've done it and it works. Otherwise, I wouldn't even tell you. But the Last Breath book, I just want to read the back because it's such a beautiful book. So it's called The Last Breath, True Stories of Mediumship, the Afterlife, and Messages from Heaven. Join us on a magical journey of the soul, where professional mediums from around the world share their experiences of the afterlife and spirit communication. The stories in this book provide validation that our soul continues to survive long after the death of our physical body. Our departed loved ones are not gone. They are alive and well in the spirit world. They continue to watch over us, supporting and guiding us from the other side. You can learn to connect with them through mediumship, spirit signs, and synchronicities. Whether you are a believer in the afterlife or an open-minded skeptic, These stories allow you to experience loss and grief from a different perspective. Death and dying are not final, but a spiritual transition to another realm. When your divine time comes, know that your loved ones will be there to greet you. Love never dies. So go on Amazon, download it tonight. Tomorrow at the latest, the 24th, get your free ebook. It's wonderful. It's like 336 pages or something. It's well worth it. Okay, so we have a caller. We have Jennifer from Oceanside. Jennifer, I know exactly where you live because I used to live in Point Loma. So I know where Oceanside is. That's a
that's not too far away at all.
I know. I had a friend who lived in Oceanside, so I know exactly where you, well, not exactly where you live, but you know what I mean. So how can I help you?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit and get your guidance on the situation with John and I.
Guidance with John and Jennifer. So is this someone you're currently dating, or is this like a new flame?
No, we've been together for a while now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And let me see. John and Jennifer. I'm kind of feeling like he's like you're here and he's over here. I feel like he's a little removed emotionally. And I don't feel like it's another person or anything. I just feel like he's got stuff going on. Would that resonate with you?
It does.
Yeah, and so I feel like he's preoccupied, and I don't know if it's because it's Oceanside. I just feel like a military thing. And that could just be because Oceanside, a lot of military people used to live there. But I definitely see him. I feel like, if you heard me talking about this is a time of transition, I feel like this is kind of his time of transition. And I do feel like you are going to be fine because I definitely feel a lot of angels around you. So I wouldn't worry about you. And I would say that I feel like this is going to shake out. So he's going to work through whatever these things that are going on within him, kind of like his own little inner turmoil. He's going to work through that. And I do feel like he's going to come through the other side because I feel like John and Jennifer belong together. Would that make sense to you?
It does. It really does.
Yeah. And so it's a very transformative time. And actually for both of you. So what Spirit's telling me for you is while he's going through this, trying to figure out things, it's a good time for you to actually also reflect on things that you can work on. Because it's not to do that to separate, but it's actually to make you both stronger. Because I just feel like 2021 is going to bring a lot of, it's almost like it's dark and the sun's going to come out, like that crazy song, the sun comes out tomorrow. I think that's from Annie, but I feel like that's going to happen for you. And I feel like if you can just hang in there and be patient and just be the wonderful, loving person that I know you are, that and just try not to glom onto him like, what's going on? That you're going to come through the other side. And I really feel like a big breakthrough is going to March just seems really important that, things are really, I feel like things are going to start to get better as we get into 2021. But for some reason, March just feels like, it's like the sea's going to part or something. It has that feeling of something significant is going to happen with you guys. And so, like I mentioned, the gratitude meditation, I'm not mentioning it just because I have it on my website, but it really is wonderful. It's like your cup overflows. And if you can keep focusing on that and set your intention for that, then all that is going to come back to you. Because right now is kind of like a time of worry and wonder and unsureness. Is that what you would be feeling?
Yeah, it definitely has been kind of like a roller coaster, even though it seems like we're getting kind of straight and narrow again. But yes.
Yeah. So the biggest gift you can give John is to not hold on, not glom onto him. Just be your loving self and share your truth, your authentic truth without any kind of judgment or anything. And sometimes that gets difficult with other personalities. But if you can just look inside yourself, who is Jennifer? Jennifer's a kind, loving, thoughtful, wise woman. And that's what you bring to the table. And he would be crazy not to see that. And I know he knows that. But what he's going through, I do not feel it has to do with you. I feel like it has to do with some other kind of little demon he has.
Right.
So it's like taking back your power, and releasing him for whatever he's going through and still being supportive. And I don't mean being supportive like a doormat, but
right.
Yeah, but being supportive like you can be like, okay, if he wants to talk about it, talk about it. If he doesn't want to talk about it, don't talk about it, kind of thing. Not push him. Because I really feel like what I also feel like you should be doing that would be helpful is to focus on things that make you happy, I feel like, what haven't you been doing that you used to do that you love? It's like,
I think that's what a lot of people have, is be outside.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, we got to deal with the best of it, right? Which isn't the best of the worst. I totally get it. But I feel like there's something else, that you could be doing to keep your mind, which also feeds your soul, into something, what little passion do you have that you could be doing, whether it's like reading a book or researching something or planning a trip, even though I know we can't travel now, but something you can think of. What would that be?
I think that there's so many little things that I've gotten away from, like reading or redoing old furniture.
Exactly. Start doing those kinds of little things, and it kind of helps take the focus off of John, where you can feed your soul, and it gives him, it's like Spirit's telling me it'll give him the freedom to get through this faster.
Gotcha.
Because you really have to put yourself first. John's a good guy. I feel like you guys belong together. And I feel like you guys will be together and are together. But I just feel like it's a rough patch. The world's just, I could use a swear word, but I won't. But it's just crazy. Um, and that's out of our control. So we just need to focus on the things that we have control of, and that is choice. What would you be able to choose that would bring you some joy? And I want to pull an animal card for you, because a spirit animal card, because they always have good stuff, good little tidbits. Would you like that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, Jennifer. Oh my gosh. Look what we have here. Dog spirit. Let's see. Can you see it okay? Dog spirit. I love it. It says, be loyal to what you love. Now, what was I telling you? Isn't that crazy? I was telling you, get back to those little things that light you up, that you love, right? And here we have it. The little dog is saying that with this little tiara of flowers and jewels and necklace. I love it. So what do dogs usually like to do? They like to be happy. And they are loyal, even when we're cranky or whatever we do. So it's a perfect little metaphor for, sorry, John, for you and John. Right? Jennifer? Did I lose you?
Yep, right after you got dog spirit. Yes.
Oh, no. Didn't you hear everything I said?
I heard dog spirit and being loyal.
Oh, my gosh. I just said this whole big thing. Well, watch the replay. But basically, dogs are loyal to us even when we're cranky, even when we're not the best humans. They are loyal and they love us and they adore us. And that's kind of like you and John. It's kind of like,
yeah, I think that's about right.
yeah, he's not behaving the best, but you can still be your best. And on the card it says, be loyal to what you love. And that's what we were talking about. How find those little things that really light you up and excite you, like you're talking about the furniture, or get back to reading. That would be awesome. You know, find those little things that light you up, because it's all these little things that light you up that make you more joyful and happy, and it raises your vibration. And I think it'll be kind of like how light casts off, that you can't help it be in the light when the light shines on you. So it'll ultimately help John too, which will help both of you.
No, I think you're right. And I think it's just been that year that not just me, but everybody, we've kind of gotten away from the little things. So I definitely think I need to get back to those.
Absolutely. I feel that would really, you know, it's kind of exciting to rediscover yourself, because we're always different. So if you kind of take a little inventory of Jennifer right now, and what's Jennifer about? Let's see, we're almost in 2021. You survived the whole year somehow. That's incredible. Tap yourself on the back. Oh my gosh. And in California, under many lockdowns. So you're still hanging in there and you're doing good. And you have a lot to look forward to. And definitely go download this book today or tonight. You can read it on the computer if you don't have a Kindle, but it'll just bring some joy to your life. You know, there's nothing like reading happy tales, you know, when other people have struggles and they come through the other side.
Yeah.
It'll be really helpful for you.
No, I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm going to have to sign off in a few minutes. Do you have another little question before?
I guess, love and work. So will things get easier at work? I mean, I guess I'm lucky enough that I'm still working. It's just that, it's been a tough one because as you mentioned, military, I do work on the base, and it's been pretty much just me running the job for my team because I'm the only one that can be there. So the 2021 looked good.
That is, no wonder I felt that military. I mean, I could feel it. I felt like I was there on a base. And here you work there. Okay, Jennifer, thank you for helping me out there. But yes. After we get through January and February, just hang in there. Focus on the things you love. Get through those 2 months because March, things are going to open up for you, and I feel in other ways. So your love and your life is precious, and so is John's. And just focus on the preciousness of it and not the yuck. And take care of Jennifer, and you are going to be great. You're going to do great because you are such a wonderful soul. I can tell that.
Thank you.
And I want to definitely say Merry Christmas again and Happy New Year. And I wish you all the best for the rest of 2020, but also going into the new year. And thank you so much.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, 60 seconds. Okay, you all, definitely go follow me on social media. Mary Campbell. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, my website, Mary with an I, Campbell.com. You can find all about me. You can see some of the other books I've written. I've written some kids' books that are beautifully illustrated based on my dog, Maggie, the English Springer Spaniel. And I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you for joining me and listening. And happy trails. And I'll see you next week. And before we know it, we'll be in 2021. So thank you so much.